guys, Orly here, founder of LifeVestInside. And I want to thank each and every one of you for deciding to kick off your week with me on the weekly Kindness Kickoff with Orly, coming at you at the beginning of every week, where I do a reading from my book, Kindness Boomerang, How to Save the World and Yourself Through 365 Daily Acts. And then I give you, myself, and all of us out there an exciting kindness challenge based on the reading. For those of you that don't have a copy of Kindness Boomerang and want to get yours, there are 3 ways that you can get yours. Number 1, you can check it out on the LifeVestInside website by going to LifeVestInside.com. All of the proceeds go directly to the nonprofit organization so that we can continue to do our amazing work. You could also pick it up on one of the online retailers, Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, IndieBound, iTunes, Target, so check them out there. And of course, you could win your copy right here. At the very beginning of every month, I do a drawing where one person wins 2 copies of the Kindness Boomerang book, one for themselves and then one to gift forward to somebody else. So how do you win? Simply by engaging on the platform, leaving your thoughts, your comments, your feedback. What does kindness mean to you? Your connection to the act for that week. What was really difficult about it? So the more you share, the more likely you have the opportunity to win copies of the book. Before we jump into this week's reading, I just want to make a personal statement. I know that over the course of the month of August, I haven't been posting up the Kindness Kickoffs, and some of you have kindly reached out and asked me if I'm okay and is everything, because you haven't heard from me. So the beginning of August, I got into a car accident and it threw me a little bit off out of whack. So I wasn't really doing that great over the course of this month. But thank God everything is okay. I will heal, everything will be better. But I finally feel strong enough to be able to continue. So I apologize that I haven't been putting up the videos. And I really do appreciate so many of your thoughts and comments to me over the course of this month, just asking how I'm doing. So thank you for that. It really means a lot to me. And it's actually very much connected to today's act. And it comes to us from September 2nd. And the act goes as follows. Make an effort to look people in the eye when you're talking to them. Give them your full attention. And the quote, "The soul's smile is found in the eye's twinkle." And the reflection, we live in a world of constant stimulation. Everything and everyone is fighting to be seen and heard. Quality conversation, quality friendships, quality in general has been substituted for whatever provides the highest level of stimulus. Ever take a step back to notice people in a crowded room? Often the way people interact with others is an indication of how they see themselves, a reflection of their insecurities, worries, and fears. For some people, living in the moment is something quite foreign, fearful that they are missing out on something better, something more exciting, more relevant. They may be chatting with one person, but their eyes are inconspicuously scouring the room to ensure that they aren't getting the short end of the stick. Let's not measure a person by what they can give us or how much they can advance our careers. I say let's not measure at all, but simply enjoy being in the company of another, giving them the pleasure that for that time, we see them and only them. Stop searching and start discovering. Seeing people. That is the essence of what this act is about. It seems simple enough, right? To make an effort to look people in the eye when you're talking to them and give them your full attention. I mean, why else wouldn't we? If you're talking to somebody, obviously you're looking at them, but it's not so obvious. Think about it. Have you ever had a situation where you're talking to somebody and as you're talking to them, they're looking down at their cell phone and they're typing and they're saying, yeah, of course, yeah. You can feel it. You feel like they're not there with you. And when a person doesn't feel seen, when a person doesn't feel heard, I think we all know what that feels like. It feels really terrible. It doesn't feel like we actually have a bond with that person. As opposed to looking for the next best thing that's coming up or somebody that's telling you of another great thing happening somewhere else. Live in the moment with the people that are right there in front of you. Something so simple can really lift a person up, can allow a person to open up to you, to share those connections. After all, what is bonding? Bonding is one person sharing something that's going on in their life whether it may be a really positive thing or a really negative thing, and feeling like the person opposite them hears them, sees them, believes that what they're saying is important. So let's take more time to engage with the people in our lives. And very often, the people that we most often take for granted and that we tend to be looking down in our phones instead of looking at them are oftentimes the people that we're closest to. Think about it. Sometimes our family or maybe our really close friends, because we know that they're always going to be there. So subconsciously, we don't think that our actions will push them away, but it really does corrode the relationship. Simply looking at a person and giving them that time, what it can do. If you have any question about it, think about a time where you really needed to speak to somebody and they were sort of there and sort of not. How did it make you feel? Did you feel more willing to open up and to share? It's not easy, and we all fall to this specific issue. All of us, we all do this sometime or another. Not because we're mean people, we're not bad people, but we don't have the awareness. And that's exactly what the Kindness Kickoff is about. It's about helping us to increase our awareness, to recognize, wow, that small action, that little thing of just looking a few inches above and looking at that person in the eye could make such a big difference to that relationship, can actually repair a relationship or make it stronger. So when we have the choice, because that is what kindness is, it is a choice. It's a choice that we choose every single day. So when we have that choice to either to look down or to look a few inches up and to look a person in the eye, let's choose to see people in the same way that we wish that people see us. To me, this really hits home because, and I've shared this with some of you in the past, but at the age of 15, after going through a very, very difficult depression, a very dark depression, not feeling seen, not feeling heard, I made a promise to myself at the age of 15. I promised to see people the way I wish somebody would have seen me, and to be there for somebody the way that I wish somebody would have been there for me. It's crazy that a small promise like that is really what led me to all the different aspects of my life, led me to my years teaching, led me to the work that I'm doing with LifeVestInside, and in a sense wakes me up every morning. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I am far from perfect. I make mistakes just like the rest of us. But let's try to remember what it feels like when we don't feel seen, so that we don't let anybody feel that way. That we take the time to engage with people and to recognize that somebody wants to share a story with us. If only we take the time to listen, you may be able to be their life vest of kindness, their bit of hope when it feels like there's no more hope left. So over the course of this week, I challenge us. I challenge us that during conversations that you're having with people, take it upon yourself, even if you choose a specific person you're going to do this with, to recognize, not to look down or not to look all over the place of who you could talk to next. Sometimes we tend to do this when we're going to, let's say, to a networking event and we're talking to somebody, but we're looking to see, well, who else is here? Who else can I talk to? We're going to a party and we're talking to someone just so that we feel like, okay, I'm talking with somebody, but let me really see if there's somewhere else that I can go that's better than this. Believe that where you are is the best place that you can be, and that the person standing in front of you deserves your attention, just like you deserve theirs. Little by little, you're going to see relationships be able to build in a much greater way. So over the course of this week, when you're faced with that choice, choose to look up, choose to connect, choose the person that's standing right in front of you. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the Kindness Kickoff. I hope to see you here next week again. And remember, it's kindness that keeps the world afloat. Love you all. Mwah.